Okay, we are back to the class. Please, if you can hear me, you type hi, I can hear you. I'm still admitting others. So let's give them a few seconds to join. I believe my voice is more clearer than before. I believe it's more clearer than before. Okay. Okay, so let's return. Now, as you can see, immediately I added some of the subheadings. The analyzer increased to 80 over 100. I believe we have all seen that. If you've seen it, you tell me I have seen. Oh, I've not displayed my screen. Sorry, let me show you my screen. Okay, I hope you can all see my screen now. Can you please, if you can see my screen, just tell me I can see.
I can see.
All right. Okay. So as others are joining, let's begin, please. We don't have much time. Okay, so if you can check the analyzer of the body, remember those of us that had the first class, the first class, and if you've watched on YouTube, we talked about that this is the headline and analyzer, and this is the content, the body analyzer. This analyzes the content. This analyzes your header. Now, look at this. Immediately I added the subheading. It increases from about 70 something that it was to 80. Which, if that means if we go back to that analyzer, okay, look at this. They say focus key phrase in subheadings. So you see, the focus key phrase is not there in the subheadings. So how can we fix that? Remember what I said, this content is just the content I'm using to teach you. So if I decide to pick the focus key phrase, which is content, and add it to each of the subheadings. So I'm adding it now to each of the subheadings. Okay, so I'm adding the focus key phrase to each of the subheadings. Watch what's going to happen. So I've added to the first one. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to add content. So I'm adding to all the subheadings. I hope you guys are following.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now let's see what it says. Remember, the focus key phrase is content, and it has even reduced to 88. Now it says more than 75% of your H2 and H1. Do we know what H2 and H1 is? Now, in web development, H1 and H2 signifies headings. We have 6 types of headings, which is H1 to H6. So it talks about the size of the content, okay, like the font size. So we have different font size, like font size H1 to H6. Okay, so that is why you're seeing H2 to H3. So it says that more than 75% of your H2 and H3 subheadings reflect the topic of your copy. That's too much. Did you notice that? So the analyzer says it is too much. So I'm going to remove it in some. So what does that teach you? If you want to add the subheading, the content, which is your focus key phrase in the subheadings, let it not be in all of your subheadings. Let it be in few, maybe in 1 or 2. So I'm going to remove it in about 2 of it and allow 2. And let's see what the analyzer will say. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the analyzer, so let's see what the analyzer says. Now, have you now seen that it is corrected? It says focus key phrase subheadings. They now tick me right because we've been able to edit it, remove it. It was too much before. Now it has taken its shape. So the focus key phrase now returns to 100 over 100, while this one returns to 80 over 100, and this one remains at 90. This one will be constant because we've not touched the headline again. The headline, we have worked on it. All right. So we still have issues with transition words, which we've talked about, and I believe everyone has taken note. The consecutive sentences, which we had pointed out, that don't keep repeating same words in the beginning of your sentence. Use words like verbs that links the words together. Words like however, and even when you use the however, don't allow it to repeat many times. Do we understand? All right. Okay, yes, so let's try to add one more thing to hit at 100 or 90 something. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's add something. We want to add an image to it. So the title of the content is how to become a professional content creator. So an image that will fit could be an image of someone writing, right? Someone trying to create a content, maybe an image. So let's add an image in the middle. I'm going to add an image to it. This one does not really concern you. So I'm going to look for an image here. I'm just going to add this back image. Okay. I believe this is a beautiful image that portrays a beautiful content. It's loading up. Now, have you noticed something? What have you noticed? Someone should tell me what you've noticed.
This is me.
Immediately, I added the image. The body, the content analyzer changes to 82 and it turns green. Please, who is talking? So the both analyzer turns green. That is, we have done well. So if we go to to the analyzer, it will tell us that you've done well, your content was okay. So let's analyze it here. In general, look at this. In general, we have focus key phrases 90 over 100. I will tell you why it is 90 over 100. Before it was 100 over 100. So let's look at it. Why is it 90? Why is it reducing instead of increasing? Because the image we've added does not have an image attribute. We call it alternative attribute. So how do you add that attribute? You go to the image, click on the image. When you click on the image, that this one is not really for you, but I'm just showing you it's not really for you. Okay? Adding the image alternative is not really for you. So if you add an alternative in the image, it will change it to 100. And what is that alternative? The focus key phrase must also be in the image. Are you guys with me? Who is that person that is making noise? Mute your mic. I am the only person that is permitted to speak, except I call you out to speak, please. Okay, so the focus key phrase, it turns to 90 because there is an issue with the focus key phrase in the image alternative. So how do we add that? Well, I go back to the image where I uploaded, as if I want to replace it. I go back to it, to library. My library is loading. This is the image. So I'm going to add an alternative text to it. So I'm going to add content. I'm just going to copy the content, use it as caption. I'm going to copy it, use it as description. And I click enter. Immediately I save the image. What have you noticed? It turns green. Focus key phrase in image alternative attributes. It turns green. So we don't have issues again. Now I believe that the content, the focus key phrase has now returned to 100 over 100. Excellent. And here we have 82 over 100. The few issues that are there, which is one, internal links and external links. So how do I fix that? So I just want to add one external link. So I'm going to declare a button. I need a button here. After this, if you want me to teach you web development, come and register. It's my work. So I need a button. Okay. So in this button, I'm going to add a link. That link will go to my Facebook. It says www.facebook. We run errands for you. So I add this. This is my page. And the text, it says, follow us on Facebook. You've been seeing this on websites. Then I'm going to add another button that says read more. Now, this particular button, I'm going to find a post. I'm going to find a post on the. I'm going to find a post on the website, one of our posts, and I included there. Probably, I'm going to find that post that I sent to us on WhatsApp. So it's opening up. Have patience to learn this. I've seen a lot of people are leaving because they are not patient enough. Some of them don't even understand what we mean. But I hope you guys are following, those of you that are still with me. If you're following,
Yes,
you tell
sir.
me I am following.
I am
I am
I
following.
am
Okay,
following.
so
I
we're gonna pick one of these links. I need the link. So I'm gonna copy link address and I'm gonna add it here. And what is that link address? I've added it. Now I save it. As you can see, it has increased to 85, right? Now let's go. External links. We still have issues with external links. Why? Why do we have issues with external links? I will tell you. So I need to edit it. I use HTTPS facebook.com. Okay, all right. Now check this out. Now it's 88. What do they say here? All good. All what? All good. So we've been able to adjust everything, which is we have adjusted the focus key phrase. We've been able to set the focus key phrase in introduction, which is the first paragraph. We've been able to set focus key phrase in meta description. We've been able to set it in the URL. Remember the URL, which is this, it's here. We've been able to set it in the key phrase length is okay. The meta description length is okay. Content link, internal links, external links, everything is absolutely okay. Now we still have about 3 errors. Hence, we would have had 100 over 100. So what is that 3 error? First, focus key phrase at the beginning of SEO title. Okay, so let's go to the SEO title, which is here. Content, it's here. We have the focus key phrase here. So why do they keep repeating that? Then something is wrong somewhere. Something is wrong somewhere. And sometimes, as I have said it again and again, please, my beloved, you may not be able to find it all to have 100 over 100. Try your best, at least hit 90. As we have had 90 and 88, I believe it is a good score. It is absolutely good enough. If you have this, I celebrate you. If you have this, it is amazing. But if you want to be a perfectionist to hit 100 over 100, then it works your time and you hit 100 over 100. So why we have this 90 and 88 is because we still have about 3 errors, which is we have 2 errors in readability and we have 1 error in title, SEO title, which is in the title. So you can still sit down on your, if you have enough time, to begin to source it out. What's really the issue with the title that I have to change? And do I need to use a capital letter? Do I need to change some few things to fit that? If you keep working on it, trust me, at the end of the day, you will have 100, 100, 100, 100, 100 in everything. Do we have a question? Is there anyone that has a question? Please ask. If you have questions, ask. Someone had asked me how, I think it was a lady that asked how she'll be able to use this analyzer to be typing. Please, this is a website analyzer. It's an app that I installed on my website. You won't see it. And so how do we get this analyzer? That's the same question I was asked. Okay, let me tell you how to get this analyzer. You're going to open your website. You're going to open a blog. Oh, Ayob Joy said she doesn't know how I copied and pasted the link. Ayob, that is not really your issue. If you want to know how I did that, I think you will have to learn web development. Okay? Your issue, your focus should be on the content. All right, but if you want me to teach you blogging, we can discuss about that. I can teach you blogging even without web development. In fact, as an SEO writer, if you're someone that writes content, it is good enough for you to know at least blogging. You should know what blogging is. You should be able to blog. That is what makes you a good writer, a good content creator. In fact, content creating is all about blogging. So if you have the resources to go for it, I will encourage you that you go for it. Then I think I had another question. He says, I don't understand the subheading part. Okay, I'm going to explain again. Then this one says, so how do we get the analyzer? If you want to get the analyzer, like I said, it is a plugin on my website. It is not a standalone application. It does not exist like a standalone application. Okay, but I am using this analyzer to teach you. I am using this analyzer to teach you how to write your content. If you can follow this, this is a live website analyzer. You will not see the one that is as perfect as this. So if you can master these steps, trust me, you will be so good. I have the heart to teach you guys this. There is nobody that teaches you content writing that will teach you this. I can tell you again and again. So I had to devise a means. How can I make these people to be better? How can I make these ones to be good? I don't just want to teach you guys theory. I show you the practical. So this analyzer is on my website. This is the back end of my website. All right. As you can see, if you check, you can see this link. GisEmpireOnline.com.ng. This is the website. And as you can see, WP admin. That means I am at the back end of it. Okay. So I'm heading into the back end to be able to show you what happens at the back end. Before you can see people reading one particular news, the person that wrote that news has taken time to work on it. So that is it. Then someone says, I really don't know how you copied the link. I've answered that. This one says, sir, how do we get the analyzer? I think I've answered that. This one says, sir, I don't understand the subheading part. Now, Ojo, let me explain this again. In every of your content that you write, as long as the words is up to 1,500, try as much as possible. Each of the, after maybe every 2 or 3 paragraphs, add a subheading. Let a subheading be the one, be the next section of the content. Don't just write your content like that without a subheading. That is why if you go to some websites, you will see table of content. Yes, that table of content is so that they can be able to add some subheadings to their website. So as you saw, I had to change most of this to subheadings. In a real content, please don't follow my content. I can decide to use, I don't know how many of you are familiar with this word, lorem ipsum. Have you ever seen it anywhere? I want you to read about it, lorem ipsum. Lorem ipsum is a text generator that maybe you don't find words to use on your website. You can go to lorem ipsum and generate content. It's not going to be in English. It doesn't have any meaning. It's not Latin. It doesn't have a meaning. It's just a combination of some letters so that you can be able to know how to position things. Okay, so I would have used a lorem ipsum text to do this. So I'm just using a dummy text for this. So don't be confused don't be confused about the write-ups. How do you add content? So please download the following tools and all that. When you are writing your content, make sure that you arrange your words in the right form. Make sure, for instance, look at what we added here. All right, a semicolon before this, an etheric introduction. You can decide to create something like that on your subheadings so that the focus key phrase will be part of your subheadings. Would you, do you understand? If you understand now, please you drop. Okay, you now understand. Okay, I've seen here. How do I get to write a SEO content? Is there an app I have to download? Is there the analyzer for future? Musa, there is no analyzer yet, or I've not seen yet. There is no analyzer you can find anywhere, except you have access to a blog like this. Then you can make use of the analyzer. There is no analyzer you can find as this. And some analyzers you will see may not have these features. I can only recommend two of it. In case maybe you have access to a blog website like this, you can ask the owner of the blog to install one, Yoast SEO. Another one is this one. Another one, the name is All-in-One SEO. Yes, All-in-One SEO. That is the name. All-in-One SEO. That is the name. So either of the two. And unfortunately, there are no mobile apps for this. It is a plugin. A plugin is not an application. It is an added, a kind of an added feature to a website. So you can take note of it. And if you have access to a blog website like this, or if I teach you blogging, I can create you an access. Like, remember what I told most of us? I can create you an access here. Anytime you want to write your post, you just go there, write your stuff, copy it, save it as a draft, and just copy it and use it wherever you want. But even at that, you don't need to do all that. Just take note of some certain points we have taught you. If you can take note of some certain rules, trust me, you can still write on pen and paper and you are excellent. Do you understand? I believe you've gotten me. So if you understand, please just say I understand. Okay. Would you say, sir, I understand that subheading part? Musa now asks, is there an app? Okay, I've answered that. Enamity says, I don't know anything about blogging. That is why I'm here to teach you, so I can teach you. This one says, I write play. Okay, Enamity, I write play. So how do I add subheadings? Now, would you, play is not an SEO content. Let me show you what an SEO content creation. Content creation, types of content. Sorry, types of content. Now, the first one you see is what? Blogging. That is why I told you that you must know blogging. If you want to be an SEO writer, content writer, trust me, learn blogging. It will help you. Blogging is the first one. Number two, long form content. Who knows what long form content is? So look for what long form, go and check if you don't know what it is. Number three, case studies. Case studies. Number four, white papers. 5, ebooks. 6, infographics. 7, templates and checklist downloads. 4, videos. There are a whole lot, is it 8 videos? There are so many things that can be categorized as content creating. Now, place is part of it. Play is like a sub part of content creating. Play is part of, should I say, poetry and novel and all that. You may not need to add subheadings, but I've seen people, listen, like I write stories. I post stories for people. I can decide to tweak my stories and I can decide to say, The Day I Went to Lagos, episode 1, season 1, or act 1, episode 1. Now I can decide to use that as my subheadings. The next one I decide to say The Day I Went to Lagos, episode 2. The next one, The Day I Went to Lagos, episode 3. So even in your place, you can decide to tweak and add subheadings to it. It's the beauty of your work. Do you understand? Enamity, do you understand? Even in your place, you can decide to add subheadings to it. But if you know that your play is not coming to blog, because when we mean blogging, when you're writing that play for a blog, you have to ask yourself that where is your play going to? Or is it going to a printed document? Like I said before, SEO has to do only with the internet. So if it doesn't go to the internet, you don't have to bother about it. Write your stuff anyhow you want to write. But if it goes to the internet, you have to be able to tweak around to know what to do. Do you understand, Enamity? If you understand, please you tell me you know. If you still want me to explain, I can still explain. All right, the subheading could come in form of those following questions, usually bold and most bloggers use while writing right. Yes, the subheading could come in form of those follow-up questions. Yes, usually bold and yes, most bloggers use while writing right. Yes, you're very correct, Prince Victor. Anything can be your subheading. It can be a question, it can, whatever you bold, whatever you use H1 or H2 is a subheading. Okay. So Enamity, you understand now. So you ask yourself, where is my content going? Is it going to is it a printed document? Is it a content that is going for online post? Or is it something that is just on a pen and paper? So you ask yourself where your content is going. From there, you can decide on what to do. You can, even on poems, you can add subheadings. No one can limit your writing. Yes, even in music, song lyrics, you can add subheadings if you wish to. That is how you see, why you see people say verse 1, verse 2, chorus, bridge, bam, and all that. So even in your poems, you can decide to add subheadings to it. It depends on where you are publishing it. If you're publishing it online or publishing it offline. If you're writing your poems for Amazon, where you are writing it on PDF to publish it, you may not really need to go through all that because one is not reading it like a text file online. It is not an HTML file. But if it is something that you need to post it in a blog, please try and add subheadings to it. Any other question? Do we have any other question? All right, thank you, sir. Please, sir, with this knowledge, can we redo the first task? Well, Enamity, we are always here to write. Anytime you want to send me an article, you are free. You can redo it, please. That is why some of you, you notice that when you come back and say, hey, I have submitted, can I submit again? I give you the permission to do that. You are not in the exam hall. I'm not giving the exam. I have given you the freedom to redo, do, and undo until you master what you do. So you're very free to redo your first task, okay? And we are not standing at the court of law. So let everyone be free. But what I need is your seriousness. As a matter of fact, what will you really do for me? If you're good for yourself. You understand? I don't think anyone is paying me to teach you guys this. I just want you guys to be good. So if you think that redoing the task is going to help you, then redo. If you think that sending your articles for maybe a particular project is good, go ahead and do it. It is for your own good. Do you understand? And I say it again, if you want me to teach you blogging, just be rest assured that if I am charging people outside 30,000, 50,000, 100,000 to do that, understand that I may charge you 10, 15,000. Yes, I give everyone 50% discount on my prices. So if you want to learn blogging, after this class, just chat me up. I'm going to give you the best discount you've ever seen before. Enamity is saying, please, sir, how do we get the analyzer? Enamity, as I explained, If you want to learn blogging, there are some tools you will get access. You will have for instance now, if you are telling me how do I get VS Code for code editor, it is only a programmer that can ask that. All right, and you will have access to it. For instance, if I show us my screen as a programmer, look at this. Does anyone understand this? If you understand, tell me I understand. Does anyone understand this? So if I begin to teach you
No,
this,
sir.
do you understand? Does anyone understand that?
No, sir.
Okay, now,
No, sir.
if I begin to teach you that, I'm teaching you because you are a programmer. Okay? So if you want to come into blogging, there are many tools you will have access to. It's not I cannot install it in your phone. And there is no mobile app for that, except you are part of blogging. Then there are tools you will get to know, that things you will have to understand. Okay, this is how it works. And trust me, your wisdom, your knowledge will be broadened. Do you understand? So by saying on Monday, you chat me up. You say you are very interested in the blogging class. Please chat me up. Anyone that is interested in the blogging, when we are done, chat me up. Do we still have any other question? Do you think we should have another class on SEO optimization? I mean, search engine optimization. Do we need another class? If you start for yes, you tell me yes. If you understand everything, you tell me no. We should have one more class.
I stand for yes.
Okay, we should
Yes,
have one. Okay, so in the next class, we are going to have probably tomorrow. I'm not certain. Probably tomorrow, we are going to look for a good content. I have some contents like that. We're going to look for a good content and we try to work it around and see our score. Then we submit it, we post it so that you can sit down with your phone, check it the way it is. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Okay, sir.
I think that's all for tonight. We don't have any question again. If maybe along the way you still have a question to ask, you can still drop me a message. Please, anyone is free to drop me a message anytime. Feel free. Drop me any message anytime. Drop an article anytime. You want corrections, and don't expect me to come and correct everyone in the group. You know, if I do that, people will feel bad. There are some people that may not be able to stand it. Okay? There are some people, okay, Prince says at the end of the class, if I learn everything you've taught, can I call myself a search engine optimizer? No, you can only call yourself. You are not a search engine optimizer. Well, if that title is okay, no problem. But you can only, that's funny, but that sounds right. That's funny, but it sounds right. You can only say that you are an SEO content creator. Everyone will understand that. Okay, we have just about 1 minute to end the class. Whatever you have to ask, please you ask me. Thank you so much. I really learned a lot. God bless you. Okay, and God bless you too. God bless you too. I celebrate you all. I celebrate you all. Do have a nice sleep. As I've always said, please pray, study your scripture before you sleep. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
All
God
right.
bless you.
Do have a nice sleep. Please chat me up anytime. If you want to call. I am very free. You are free to have access to
Thank you
ask
very
any
much, sir.
questions you want. Thank you too. You are free to ask any question at any time. Okay, you want to update your yes, Victor, you're very right. You're very correct. Update your bio. Okay, have a nice sleep. Please give me reviews on the group. Go to the group, tell people that you learned a lot and which is true. Please talk about today's class. Encourage others to always attend classes like this, please. All right, God bless you. Bye-bye.